All right, we started recording, but we don't have to start just yet. Okay, we'll say hello. All right, Arch.
Is that what you wrote on your script, Cam? Was that how you wrote down?
It just says the word hello under it.
I opened up a Word doc and just said hello. Okay, cool.
Hello, people listening.
What's the point of typing this?
This is
Oh my god, bro.
fake friendos. That's us. All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with some F1 talk. The main topic of today is going to be the liveries for 2022, and so everyone has their rankings. The categories are best livery, second best livery, most improved, biggest letdown, and worst. I don't know if anyone else did their homework besides me. I think Danny did it. Dhruv definitely did not. Arjun, I don't know.
I did.
So, okay. So, we'll see how this goes.
I say we make Dhruv go first.
Make Dhruv go first.
I don't even think.
Did you even know all the
no
teams?
Clue what's going on. No clue what's going on right now. No clue what's going on.
Okay, that's
Oh
okay.
my God.
That's okay. You can just absorb this segment if he wants to. As we're talking, you can Google these liveries also, maybe. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Okay.
Dhruv, go to the chat. Go to the chat.
Where do you guys want to start? Do you want to start with best, or do you want to start with worst?
Let's do worst.
Worst. Oh, shit. Okay. It's going to be spicy. All right, I'll go first. My worst livery was the Red Bull.
Interesting.
That's
Boring, same old shit. And it was fine, but then they added that like Bybit shit on the front wing. Have you seen that?
No, on the front wing?
Yeah, it looks awful. Anyways,
Really? I haven't seen that.
so Red Bull's my worst. What you guys got?
I have Haas for my worst.
Haas.
Yes.
Interesting. Why?
Pretty much. I just love how they're trying to distance themselves from Russia so much, but it just looks like the Russian. Like, it's all.
I actually just was reading today that they're gonna like rebrand the car. So hopefully we get like a extra livery reveal at some point. So that'd be fun.
They're probably going to get bought out, right? By a different team. And so they'll have to have like their
I
logo
heard-
on there.
I heard they're pretty good on. Oh, you mean like a new sponsor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming they'll have another sponsor. All right, Danny, what you got? What you got last?
The worst one for me by far was Alpine.
Oh, that's
I think theirs looks so bad. I think it looks terrible.
yeah. I agree. I like the. So have you seen the pink version? Like where
they're going to
it's
use it for
majority
like
pink?
2 races though.
Yeah. They should.
And that one's like it's still all right, but
yeah.
I don't know.
agree.
Like, have you seen like the suits, like the driving suits that they wear too?
Yeah,
Dude,
it's like
it looks
bubble
so
gum.
bad.
Yeah, it's
It
bad.
looks so bad. It's like some
Fucking-
cotton candy color. It looks
Need
so
a
bad.
need a Hubba Bubba fucking sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that one for
All right.
sure is the worst one for me.
All right, Drew, do you have any input on your least favorite livery? Have you seen any of the cars for this year?
I'm looking at them right now.
Okay,
I hate this
Okay, what-
orange that McLaren has.
the orange.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like the orange one?
No, I don't know.
I've
Fair enough.
It just reminds me of a mimosa, and I think that's
too hungover. That's when you know.
How hungover do you have to be like, yeah, the livery is what's going to do it for me? Like, I don't like it because it reminds me of alcohol.
That's
I don't
too
know, I
good.
just don't
Okay.
like that.
No, they made the orange a lot more highlighter. The blue also. They made it a lot more like highlighter this year than before.
Yeah.
But okay, so we'll go to the biggest letdown then. In a similar vein to what Danny said, I have Alpine as the biggest letdown because
As do I.
I heard like they're especially some of the designers, like I was seeing their comments, people like posted on Reddit about their posts, and they're like hyping it up like so much, and they said it was gonna be like fucking like cyberpunk, like blue and pink, like, but no, it's just some basic ass shit, like super like separated. I don't know, definitely a big letdown because those colors are so cool too. Like, there's a lot of potential there, I think.
Yeah. I had for my biggest letdown. I said Haas was the biggest letdown.
Mm.
Okay,
because they were. I mean, like, they've been saving for the last 2 years for the season with the regulation changes. And they're supposed to be actually good.
Right.
And then they just do, like, the same exact thing that they've been doing when they were shitty.
Yeah.
Before. It's just so dumb. You think they'd, like, want to rebrand or something.
Yeah,
like, make it look different.
That's interesting. No, that's very real.
It was either that or Red Bull. Because Red Bulls look the same, like, every single year. But
yeah. Okay.
Haas is both letdown.
I think this one, biggest letdown, would be hard for Drew to input on because you kind of have to like know before. But we'll go for most improved.
Just say Red Bull. Just say Red Bull.
You want to pile on? Do you want to dog pile on one of these liveries? Red Bull. Fuck a Red Bull. Except when they
Red Bull vodka again. So
yeah, Drew's, that's what
oh my god,
Red Bull vodkas.
That's too good. Okay. All right, so we'll do the most improved then. Most improved, I think for me, it's the Williams. Pretty easily. I love the like liveries for the past 2 years or whatever. It looks like something you'd make in like fucking the F1 game, straight up. It looks so bad. So I think this looks way better now. Also, the car itself looks pretty hot.
Yeah, I think. No, 100%. I have Williams as well.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it just looks super. Yeah. I mean, dude, it looks super nice.
Nice.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, it looks sick.
I think what does it for me is the red over the exhaust on the top, or like is that an exhaust? What is that?
Whatever opening that is.
Yeah.
Whatever it's for.
The orifice.
Like the air intake?
Yeah, the air intake.
I think the exhaust is going forwards and then it's going back around.
All right, we're clearly not engineers here. Clearly not.
I'm excited for us to talk about porpoising later.
Oh boy,
jackass takes that we're gonna
the
have.
most uneducated opinions. Yeah,
I think they should use it so they can just jump right over the curves.
Yo, that'd be Super Mario Kart. Like, actually,
like jump into a slide.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. Danny, what do you got for most improved?
Most improved, I said Aston Martin.
Oh wow.
I liked, like, I don't know. Their one last year was just like super plain. It was like a super dark green.
Yeah.
It was almost like black when it was on TV.
Yeah.
It was super, super dark.
Yeah,
but now it's like actually a good color.
For sure.
I think it looks way better this year.
Okay. All right, so we'll do second. These next two Drew can have some input on. Second favorite, I got Ferrari. Ferrari was close. It could have been my number one easily. It fucking looks so good. The like all the little touches that they have, like the yellow like highlights on the like wheel, not the wheel covers, but like the things that are like over the wheels.
Oh,
you know, have
fins.
you seen that?
Yeah.
Like the little fins and like the black wing and front wing and like where they have the black accents. Yeah, it looks damn good. So damn good. It's gonna be fast, hopefully. But yeah.
This is for second best, right?
Yeah, second best.
Dude, I'm going Aston for my second best.
Ooh. Okay. Anything specific about it?
No, I thought it was gonna be my first, but something else I just can't. My best is like I can't stop thinking about the one that I have for my best. Like it's
better
than the Aston. I feel like so.
Okay.
I don't I like the green. I mean, I like the green. Yeah, it was a good improvement from last season, but the one that I have for best, it would have been my first, but the one that I have for my best it's too good.
Okay. All right. What about you, Danny?
I said Ferrari as well.
Oh,
I think
hell yeah.
it looks the red and black looks so sexy, but I think they could have done more. I don't know. I feel like it's just like you have a black wing at the front and at the back, and then everything else is like red. Like there's not like a design really.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But like the color scheme is sick. Like it's definitely the best color scheme for sure.
The one other thing that brought the Ferrari down a bit for me is like the sponsor like locations. I feel like are just really basic, you know.
Right.
Like doesn't like fit the form of the car very well, but
yeah, I agree.
Still second best, I think, for sure. What about you, Drew? Which ones do you like? What would you say is your second favorite?
I'm between Ferrari or Aston.
Oh, well-educated men. Those are good ones.
We should have made him go first, man.
True.
I mean, like the green of Aston Martin is so sick.
Yeah.
And
It
sure,
reminds me of like a Rolex green.
Ooh.
It's
You know,
even
the
cooler
green
because for the longest time they were kind of away from like the British green, which is like really like cultural of Aston Martin for like the British racing green. So for them to go back to it too, and they did it really well this time as well.
Yeah. Well, going off of that, my best is Aston Martin, just because like you all mentioned that new green compared to last year, it's like a little bit brighter. I think it'll look a lot better on the track. And also they added like that lime green instead of, I think it was like pink before because of the sponsorship. But that like lime green accents look so damn good. And
the back wing looks so sick too with the Aramco.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
nice.
that sponsorship was I'm glad it didn't like take over the car. Like the car is like still like super simple, but yeah, they that's what I mean. Like they fit the sponsors in really well, to where it doesn't like fuck with delivery. And also the like race suits and stuff are super fire too. Like, do you guys see Lance Stroll's helmet? It has like it's like the same color green, but it has like the lime green, but it has like the Aston wings, like by the eyes. It looks so sick. Yeah, it looks so sick. All right, Arjun, what you got? Best.
Dude, had to do it. The Williams is just too.
Oh, wow.
It's too nice.
Best one?
Yeah,
Best
dude,
one.
It's too nice.
I mean, that blue is nice. That blue is real nice. If you're gonna do blue, there's too many blue fucking cars. But if you're gonna do blue,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
The one thing is that like, for me, like I really like blue and red. The thing is, all
Right.
these cars that have the white in it, it just seems so like, I don't know, like it just feels like a flag. It doesn't feel like a design
sure.
for some reason. And the fact that they like managed to do blue and red and black and make it look good without having to have like a opposite like color like white, I think it looks so good. I think they did it really, really well.
Yeah,
And I think it was also, I was just thinking about, I think it's also like not even just if it's just subjectively the best, just the fact that it's also the most improved for me. Like it's have to like, for me, I just want to give credit where credit's due because this is like such a massive improvement from before.
definitely.
As I look at it, it's just so good.
Okay. Mr. Fox, Danny Fox, what do you got?
I said the best one is Mercedes. I think
Oh
that car
wow,
is
Interesting.
so sexy. That car is so sexy.
I've
I
not
just feel
heard
like-
a lot of people put that as their favorite.
I think it looks so sick. I think like one, it's silver again, which is sweet. I think it looks better than
Yep.
the black because the black was kind of dull. It probably looks sick in person, but like doesn't look super crazy. And
They
then
look fucking scary though.
it did look pretty scary. That's fair.
Yeah.
Then like the like teal color like wings
Yeah,
with
that's
the
fire.
red on the top. It looks so sick, and they actually have like there's actual like designs on it. That's why I had Ferrari at second because this one has like the has like the teal going down the side. And
Yeah,
then it has like the
yeah,
Mercedes logos all over the back. It looks so sick. It looks so sexy.
yeah.
I just feel like they tried more than the other teams.
I got you.
I don't.
That's
I
good
don't know
reasoning.
if
I like that.
the red on the intake.
You what? You what?
I don't know if I like the red on the intake. Like,
Oh, only on the Williams. You like the red on the intake?
Double
I
standard
feel like it
idiot.
doesn't go with the. I feel like it doesn't go with the scheme of the rest of the thing. I feel like just like the teal and the gray is fantastic. I don't know. Like, why do they? Is there a culture behind this color? I don't.
They had
I think
red
it's
on
the
it
sponsor.
like the last few years. Yeah.
The red.
I think it's Ineos. I think is the
Yeah, I
red.
think it's a sponsor thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew. All right, Drew. What do you think? What do you guys your number one? Most favorite? Is it the Aston or the Ferrari or
The Merc.
the Merc?
I'm gonna have to say Aston's my favorite. I think I'd
Yeah.
go for it too.
It's a good call. It's a good call. All right. That's pretty good. Any other liveries you want to mention while we're here that didn't get a
Yeah.
shout
I was
out?
gonna say if I had the opportunity to do a third,
Yeah.
definitely Alfa Romeo for
Oh,
me.
they
Like,
definitely
if I did 1, 2,
upgraded.
3, it would go number 3 for me. I think.
Interesting.
It does look
Yeah, I think
sick.
they definitely upgraded compared to last year.
Yeah, I think it was really, really good.
What about the
I think
AlphaTauri?
it does.
Any love for that?
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I like,
It's-
I like the wing a lot. I really like the wing.
Yeah. I think I almost put McLaren as my biggest letdown because I think there's a lot of potential there, but they similar to Alpine, like the color scheme and everything, the colors. There's just a lot of potential. I feel like it's just kind of whatever, you know.
Yeah, I really liked the McLaren when it first came out, but I think they kind of just like found the colors they wanted to use and then tried to use them on every part of the car. It's just like
Yeah.
no specific like order. They just kind of like threw the colors at it.
Also, I think isn't the rear wing like blue now, like mostly blue. Yeah, I don't like that as much.
Yeah, I don't like the number being blue either on the front. It looks so weird.
Yeah,
But
interesting.
Dude, I'm just now, like the wheel cover for the Ferrari, like the yellow.
Yeah, the little
yeah,
accent
that's
on
what he
there.
was saying.
Dude,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so nice.
Right?
That's so sick.
It's hot, dude.
Yeah, it's hot, dude. It's super hot. That's so nice. Oh my god.
Yeah, they got a few little
Wow,
things
what
on
a
there.
choice.
Yeah,
It's such a small like all these teams could just throw in a different color there. I think really it feels like only McLaren and Ferrari did like instead of just black, you know. Or I guess
Merc did that.
Mercedes has the red there too.
yeah, they have the red.
the another little small thing that someone did is the Alfa Romeo has on the wheel covers itself, like the rim covers. Like I think they're one of the only teams that have like an actual design on the
Oh
rim
yeah,
cover.
yeah, the red and the white here.
Yeah, it looks pretty dope. All right. Well, good shout outs, good liveries. I think overall the field looks really good this year compared to last year. I think pretty much everyone got at least a little upgrade or side grade for the most part.
Yeah.
Besides Alpine.
Yeah, besides Alpine. And Red Bull's side grade, I guess.
And yeah,
Fuck it.
Red Bull.
Fuck it.
Red Bull's also,
I think Red Bull
Red
just
Bull.
doesn't give a shit about
Yeah.
it's tough.
Okay. All right, well, let's move on.
Who knows? Maybe they like scrapped the design team and was like, let's just hire more engineers or something.
They're like just
Fucking
copy and paste. Just do the same
Yeah.
shit. We're just
Yeah.
trying to go fast. We don't care what we look like.
Yeah.
True. Okay. You want to move on to the news then?
Let's do it.
A couple of
Sure.
news stories from the past week and a half maybe.
Yeah.
That we scrounged up, just not like everything, but just stuff we wanted to talk about. Okay, so we'll start with probably the biggest one, I guess, is the Mr. Mazepin himself, Nikita. He's out. I think they just confirmed it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And I think I just read today actually that Fittipaldi is going to be doing the testing in Bahrain. I don't know if but he's not the permanent replacement. So
I think he might end up being. I think he's probably the front runner for that seat, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah, I think it's him or Gio. Well, this is basically what I wanted to talk about was, I mean, like, obviously, who do you guys think would be best for the seats, or, I don't know. But personally, I'd say, well, it'd be, basically, I think it's between Gio and Fittipaldi, I think, are the main runners, because I don't think Piastri would be able to.
No, he's not going to get away. Alpine's going to hold on to him, for life. Like, they're never going to let him go. He's so good. Because I think he's a reserve driver for their actual F1 team, so I don't think they could do that if they wanted to.
I think the other one that I've heard thrown around is Nico Hulkenberg, which would be interesting.
He's always, he's someone needs a driver. They're like, oh, maybe Nico will do it. He's always there.
No, he just I just saw his Twitter. He's hawking an NFT. He's in an NFT race.
Oh, really? I saw Grosjean put out an NFT.
Oh no, yeah, never mind. That's Grosjean. My bad.
Okay. Fucking Grosjean. God damn it.
What is this guy doing?
Okay. Well, I think. Okay, so to get into who would be best to fill the seat, I think Gio, personally, I think he'd be best. Just because he has some experience. I think he'd play nicest with Mick. Because I think Mick is the number one driver on the team. Like, maybe, well, I think the Ferrari wants Mick to be number one driver on Haas anyways. So,
yeah,
if they are operating like a true, like, sister team, basically, which they pretty much are, I think they'll end up putting Gio in there and have Mick be number one and have them play nice, and hopefully, which also I think puts Haas like higher up in the standings. Like, with Gio in there, I think that looks kind of like a pretty nice team.
Yeah, I mean, Gio was super fast at the end of last year, or not like super fast, but like compared to the earlier parts of the year, he was definitely a lot faster.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Maybe I feel also like going to like a worse car, so like maybe
true.
I don't know. Whoever joins in is like, yeah. Well, I guess
actually,
we don't know. That's
true.
Dude,
I think the Haas is better than the Alpha was last year. I think it will be this year.
They didn't score a point. Haas didn't score a single point last year.
Yeah, no, I mean the Haas this year will be better than that. I mean the Haas this year will be better than the Alpha was last year.
Kind of a hard comparison, but for sure.
I know, but I'm just saying, Gio might actually be getting a pretty decent car. I guess, well, yeah, Gio might actually be getting a decent car. Anyways, what about Arjun? Who would you say you want in the seat? Who would you want to see?
I don't know. I'm kind of bored with Gio, so probably Fittipaldi. Just that.
Switch it up.
I think. Dude, Grosjean, I just looked him up. Dude, there's this thing where he's giving away a 1-to-1 Zoom session of 20 minutes to enter. Just follow the GP Metaverse, like and retweet, and tag 3 friends. And only 2 people have quote tweeted it. So we should do it. I'm doing it right now.
Do it.
We'll be like,
we'll get
almost all of the people.
Let's get Grosjean on the fucking pod, dude. Oh my god, that'd be epic.
Our first guest is fucking Grosjean.
That'd be so epic.
So, do you want to tell us about how it feels to crash an F1 car into a wall? How was that experience?
Be careful what we say. What if he checks us out, bro? He's like,
Trying to think of a question. I don't know. Sorry, dude. I'm nervous. I don't know.
Grosjean, you seem like a nice guy. If you're listening out there, Grosjean, we don't hate you. You seem cool enough.
Dude, he's the Phoenix, man.
True.
Danny, what's your
Phoenix? What's my Twitter handle? That's a good question. Let's see.
Well, okay. Speaking of
Danny Fox 005.
Speaking of Grosjean, at Danny Fox 005, at SteelCam 23, I think. No one cares about Arjun and Dhruv. It's okay. But talking about what was I saying? Oh, Grosjean. I don't have it in the topics, but we can talk real quick about how Drive to Survive is coming out in this weekend, I think.
Oh,
like a week from
Oh yeah,
or a week from today, or something like that. Next weekend, I guess. It's Sunday right now. But are you guys? I think me and Dan were talking about it a little bit earlier or yesterday, how it might be kind of weird because I had never watched a season or a race before watching Drive to Survive. So maybe watching it after actually watching the season might be kind of hard to watch. It's kind of what Danny was saying.
Yeah, I watched not the season that just ended, but the one before it, and then I tried to rewatch the Drive to Survive season for the season I'd watched, and it was everything was so dramatic for no reason, and that season was not even that crazy. Besides for the race with George going to Merck for that one time, that was the craziest thing.
Right.
But then Mercedes they were 1-2 and almost every race. They were just insane. So I don't know. It wasn't a lot of championship rivalries going on. There wasn't a lot going on. But then Netflix just made it seem like everyone was on edge and oh my God, what's gonna happen next? It's it wasn't really that crazy.
I was reading on I think it was Reddit. People were talking about people who had previewed the show were saying that there's a whole episode about Mazepin and at the Russia GP last year, and they're trying to hype it up as his home race and him doing super well there, and there was over radio. You know how they have all the radio clips in there.
Yeah,
they had someone on the team being yeah, you finished above Gio and I think Mick was the other person, and they're yeah, good job. They're trying to make it out it was good. But in that race, Gio and Mick actually DNF'd, and he didn't actually come above anyone. They just DNF'd, so he was still in last. But they tried to put a positive spin on it, which is just ridiculous.
Your home race, dude. You killed it.
Yeah,
you didn't come in last today. Okay, that's brutal.
I think it'll be pretty funny, at least for the memes watching it. So I'm definitely gonna. I'm definitely gonna watch it for sure once it comes out, at least for the memes.
What other stories would they follow besides Max and Lewis? Probably that's probably gonna be the only, because they usually they pick on some storylines that are going to be entertaining to the viewer. I can't.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that they would follow besides Max and Lewis, or is?
I know Max said he's not gonna be in the season.
Oh, really?
Well, he'll be in it, but he's not. He didn't do any interviews or anything like that for it. So I don't know how much they're gonna focus on the whole Max Lewis championship battle, which just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is there any
besides Max and Lewis? I'd say there's Ferrari McLaren was the other battle at the top.
Oh,
3, 4.
Dude, I bet they probably have Danny on there.
Yeah, always got.
They'll probably do a character arc thing, and then with him finally getting that dub.
I heard they didn't have the Alpine. What was that? What race was that? Where Ocon won?
Oh, the Hungary.
And Alonso. Yeah, and Alonso defended Lewis. I heard they actually didn't get that or much of that, unfortunately.
Really?
So, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely gonna check it out. But what about you, Arjun? Do you think you're gonna check it out?
Yeah,
yeah. Dhruv, will you watch the new season that comes out?
Yeah, I'm planning to.
Yeah. Would you? Do you think you might go back and watch the other seasons, or are you only interested in watching this latest season?
I don't know. Do you think it's going to be useful to go watch the other seasons?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I guess more background is always good because I feel like drivers switch around a lot, at least in the last few years.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it would kind of give you a better backstory of knowing who was teammates in the past and how they're not teammates anymore. Maybe there's rivalries,
for sure,
that sort of thing. But nothing like.
I agree. All right. Well, next thing we can talk about is there's been a couple stories about, I think teams are trying to downplay themselves and hype up other teams just to sandbag. But I saw there was a story about how, I think it was Ferrari was saying that that Mercedes basically is going to come with a brand new fucking car in Bahrain, just totally different. So it might be Merc domination again this year. We'll see. But that is definitely scary.
I mean, I feel like all of them are bringing upgrades, though. That's like the entire point of the testing, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
kind of like hearsay.
True. I guess there's like hyping. I don't know. They're saying it's like a whole new fucking car. Like it's just everything, you know?
Yeah. I guess that's true.
I mean, that's crazy, but
yeah,
you're right. Everyone's gonna be upgrading, definitely. The other one I heard was getting a lot of.
That'll be interesting.
The Red Bull is also, I heard, was getting a lot of upgrades, so we'll see.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
Top 2 in the constructors last year. Oh, they have big upgrades. They're gonna be fast. Watch out.
Arjun, what do you think? Anyone to watch out for with the upgrades?
I don't know. I kind of think that the McLaren car, even though it looks like dog shit, I think it's going to be really quick.
Yeah.
Based on what? Why do you think that?
Pure intuition.
Fair enough.
Also, Lando did well in testing. I'm fairly certain, right?
It doesn't mean anything, though. He said himself to like not worry about the results. He's like,
"Oh yeah, that's
true."
He said Omega Law in his tweet, and people were making fun of him for that. Do you see that?
Yeah, I think that's the tweet I was.
Yeah, that's so funny. Funny. I saw a quote from Helmut Marko too, saying like McLaren was like trying to get fucking sponsors on that first day because they're like apparently were running the car like super light and stuff. I don't know. I mean, Helmut Marko is maybe not the most reliable source, but at least it's a funny quote.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So next thing we talk about is the race directors, which I don't know if we have much to say on that. How there's going to be 2 race directors this year compared to last year. Obviously, Michael Masi, the man who gave Max the championship, basically. Yeah. He's gone somewhere else in the FAI. I guess he got like a new position, and so they're gonna have 2 race directors. Yeah,
I feel like that. I feel like that doesn't make any sense. I thought that was
like get rid of him.
They just gave him a new job in the FIA.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, why would you? That's weird. I don't get that. But he's not race director, so it's not.
Yeah,
it's not as bad.
Well, do you think the 2 race director thing is going to be better or worse?
Aren't they doing like they're like splitting seasons, right? So like one of them's doing like half of the races, the other one's doing the other half, or they're doing it together.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I thought they were both doing it at once, each of them doing each race, 2 for each race. I thought. I'm not 100%
I think that
sure
would
though.
be better if they did it together. But if they split it up, like I just imagine some races are just like governed completely different than other races, and there's like no consistency.
Yeah, definitely.
It would make it more like interesting, I guess, but it wouldn't be as fair.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Arjun, any thoughts on that?
Looking at this, so they're reviewing the unlapping stuff with the safety car.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So for Dhruv, maybe either Cam or Danny, because I probably can't speak on it well. Can you explain like what happened, like that last lap, or like the setup for when Max won, or how Max won? Or do you guys like know exactly how it played out?
Well, basically, I don't know. It's hard to go into the entire thing, especially since I haven't really watched it since it happened. But basically, the rules were basically made up towards the end of like the last lap of the race, so that certain lap cars were allowed to unlap. Which this whole like terminology, Drew's not going to pick up the terminology. It's hard to explain. Lap cars.
Drew, what?
Yeah. Well, basically, some lap cars were. Yeah, go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
I can't. So basically, how it typically happens is when a safety car comes out, you'll have like the lead cars, and there'll be some lap cars in between. But under safety car, you're not allowed to pass anybody. That like includes lap cars. And so what they normally do is they have everyone unlap themselves. So all the lap cars would like go ahead of the safety car and do a full lap and then come up and then line up behind everyone. So they're all on the lead lap. And like the safety car is going around the track like kind of slowly and they're all like going real fast, like catching up. But that usually takes, I think it's like 3 or 4 laps for them to unlap themselves. And so if they had done it that way and let them unlap themselves, the race would have ended under yellow, which isn't motor racing, so they didn't want to do that, I guess. But then the other option, which I didn't even know was an option, is basically you keep the cars, like they don't get to unlap themselves, so they just stay where they are. So like in, I think Abu Dhabi, I think it was Lewis and then like 3 cars, I think, and then Max. And so what would happen is they would just basically, like the safety car would come in and they'd do a restart with those lapped cars still in the way. So they just have to like get out of the way, but it would obviously like hold up Max from going faster because he has to like pass these cars now, which would then sort of give Lewis like an advantage, like minus the whole old hards versus new softs thing that happened.
And his rightful advantage, to be fair, which he got to that point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, very rightful. And he drove better that race, but that's like a different story too.
Yeah.
And so basically what Masi decided to do was only unlap the 3 cars that were between Lewis and Max to put them like on each other's fender. But then all the other lapped cars, like towards the back of the pack, stayed where they were. And then he also didn't wait for the cars that were unlapping themselves to catch back up to like the safety car queue, which is what you're supposed to do. And so they were like halfway on the other side of the track by themselves. And then he was like, all right, we're racing 1 more lap. Let's see what happens. And it just like, and there's a reason why they don't do that. Like, I think it's just not fair to them because now they can't pass anyone. And like Carlos Sainz, I think he was in 3rd in that race. And he had lap cars in front of him. And so who knows, like maybe he would have gotten involved. Like,
yeah, it was fucked.
Second. Yeah. And so it was just like totally like drawn up in like a really, really bad way to end the season. And it was like super frustrating to watch because Lewis like drove so well that day too. It was so sad. And he was down by 30 something points with like 4 races left. And then he like came back from 20th to like 5th in that sprint race. And then came back and from 10th to 1st and won in Brazil. And then won the next 2 races in like a crazy race to tie it up. And then it just taken from him on the last lap. It's just so shitty.
He had the clutch gene, he had it. He won he would have won the last like 4 or 5 races in a row to clutch the championship out. But
then it's like that would be the 8th one, break the title record, and then it's like okay, like Lewis is the GOAT. Like that would be the new conversation. But now it's like, well, Max beat him, so
we'll see.
I'm gonna need to train Dhruv to like Max, or else it's gonna be 3 against 1 going forward in this podcast.
I like Max still. Obviously, he deserves a title, I guess, but
he's a little reckless again. But he's fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, I mean he's good enough to.
I mean he's fast as fuck. Like there's no doubt. He's super fast. But I don't know. I think it'll be if this year is a lot more like wheel to wheel racing. I think it might be very interesting
I don't know
for
if
Max
he's gonna be able to keep up. Yeah,
I think he might be a little bit dive bomby and a little bit taking people out by accident every once in a while, but we'll see.
If he's reckless, I like that.
Yeah. What was that?
I said anyone that's reckless, they got my support.
There we go. It's not reckless. It's called the essence of driving. Okay.
It's called shooting the gap.
What's the Senna quote?
Go for a gap. If you no longer, if you no longer make a move or take a position that exists, you cannot call yourself a racing driver. That shit's so serious.
Is that the quote? The exact quote.
Verbatim, actually.
It's exactly. Took that shit super seriously.
Press the gas, go forward. All right. The last thing for F1 that we're going to talk about is porpoising, which has been talked to death at this point. I feel like everyone who's into F1 at all has heard about it. And so I feel like we don't have to go into like the into the super technical side of it. But I was going to ask, do you guys think that any teams are still going to have a problem with porpoising at this next testing session?
When I was
think they'll have it figured out?
When I was like researching about it, it seems like all these teams like put out a statement being like, before the season started, or sure within like the first 3 races, like we'll have it figured out. Like it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be that serious.
I saw the same thing. I think Ferrari, like literally the day after the first testing session ended, they were like, "Yeah, we'll have it fixed by the next one." So I think it's going to be similar for most cars. Should be too bad.
I saw a picture of like the back part of Mercedes car. They had like they're almost like shock absorbers, like on the floor, like I guess it would be the floor, and I guess it's supposed to like limit it because it's basically when it gets too close to the ground, then it starts like going up and down because like the vacuum effect or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, all the teams have like genius engineers with like aerodynamics to like make everything go as fast as it does. So I don't think like this isn't like a new issue either. So it's been a thing before. So I'm sure they'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think speaking of aerodynamics, what I don't get is that Viz, like the paint shit that they put on to like see that, which is like that just there's got to be a better way. Like there's got to be a better way to look at the air.
like just some like nuclear bird shit on the car.
So, here's our car. It's so pretty. I'm gonna like Nickelodeon slime it now for everyone.
That dude, they should sponsor that shit. Oh my god. They drive through a fucking slime fucking dump thing on their way out of the
livery.
Like the football games, bro. It's like someone like spins out and just
MVP.
Random, noises and shit. Oil spill. There's like graphics like on the track for like kids to watch. There's like little holes and shit.
You're saying like the football games? How they do that?
The football games.
Oh my god. We'll have Mitch Trubisky and
Nickelodeon is still one of the wildest.
The MVP.
Yeah, Mitch Trubisky and Mazepin will be MVPs.
It was the MVP, Nickelodeon valuable player.
MVP.
The not valuable player.
Dude. Whoever gets last has to get slimed on the podium.
Oh my god, that'd be so sick. Dude. Arjun, that's genius. Oh my god. Arjun, that's genius.
I think honestly that'd be so sick if they had like some kind of forfeit for every race. So then the dudes at the back are like, "There's no way I'm fucking losing this race." Like they're like racing hard as shit for last place.
Oh my god, wait, dude, that's genius. That's so genius, dude. There's gotta be a punishment for like last place. That's actually genius.
That's so funny. That'd be so awesome.
That'd make it spicy.
Just gamify, just ruin the sport.
That's genius. That's dope. All right.
Maybe one day. We'll see.
Well, any other F1 comments we want to talk about before we move on to other stuff? No?
Nothing for me.
All right, okay.
I will say this. Here's what I want to hear. I want Dhruv to explain why he thinks that the Batman is dog shit without spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
Also,
that's a hard ass. That's a hard ass.
Yeah, just be like in general, like what. Like,
I mean,
there's
not really going to be
anything that you can say without spoilers.
There's not really going to be any spoilers. I feel like it's a Batman movie. You can kind of guess what happens, but I think they focused a lot on like Batman's backstory, if that makes sense, but made it way more dramatic than it needed.
Casuals, bro.
Dude, I told Cam I gave it a generous 3 or 4, I think.
Oh, you watched it too?
Yeah, I saw it on Friday.
Oh fuck.
I really want Cam to see it because I wanna just shit on this movie so bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go see it on Tuesday, and hopefully Arjun can see it before next recording, and we'll go super deep on it. We'll talk about it a lot.
How long was that,
dude?
How long was that movie? I think it was like 3 hours.
It was 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Watching it on a Thursday night.
I can 100% guarantee you that Cam and I are going to come out of it being like, that was the best fucking movie I've ever watched.
Yeah,
there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah,
no,
dude, people have loved it.
Happen.
Some people
I think
loved
it's
it.
gonna happen.
if you have that opinion, you're just trying to be
There's no way.
at that point.
What's that, Drew?
I said if you have that opinion about Batman after you watch it and you say you liked it, you're just trying to be different. I think there's just no fucking way you can
You're
have
trying
that.
to be quirky.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. It's weird because I swear, like
Drew's
the
just
first,
like, yeah, I'm just not. You guys are fucking nerds. You think this movie's good?
like all the reviews I saw first were like 10 out of 10. Like everyone loved it, and I feel like now, like everyone's like, oh yeah,
Dude, these kids, these people I follow on TikTok that like their whole TikTok is just reviewing movies. Like these fuckers are like, dude, like they have movies where it's like Seven and like Inception and all this stuff, and they're like, yeah, this is the best movie of all time. They like changed.
Oh
their
my
list.
God.
Batman is the best, like of all time. Like we're talking about like the Titanic, like Casablanca, like everything.
What?
They're just like, yep, the Batman is the best movie of all time.
I mean, all I'll say is when I left the theater, me and everyone I went to go see it with, and everyone else leaving the theater was talking mad shit about the movie. Like everybody,
Interesting.
I didn't hear anyone saying good things about the movie.
wow.
Interesting.
Maybe I was part of a bad crowd. I guess we'll see. Maybe people in Boston don't like Batman. Who knows?
Drew, did anyone from when you guys went, did anyone like it, or everyone was like, it sucked?
No, I think most people, it was the same. Most people left the theater just being like, what the fuck did I spend 3 hours watching? That's pretty much the general
Not
atmosphere.
reassuring.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I'll try to keep an open mind going into it. I'm not going to do it just to prove you guys wrong. We'll see how it is. All right.
Well, to talk about other things,
I already know Arjun's gonna like it. I just already know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like it just to troll Driven.
I know.
Driven
I
Denny.
know. Dude, that was actually, I'm not even lying, that was the greatest movie of all time. That was sick.
Movie of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways,
What
for next week.
is everyone's favorite, greatest movie of all time?
Oh my god.
On the spot, no preparation.
What?
Yeah. Off the top.
Hotel Transylvania.
Wait, deadass?
Bitch, what?
Yes, that ass. What?
Is that the one with the fucking Dracula guy? Isn't that a
I think so.
cartoon movie?
I don't know. That was just the
It's
first thing I
it's
thought
an
of. I've never seen
animated
it.
Adam Sandler movie, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's not. I don't think it's
It's an
Adam
animated
Sandler.
movie.
Is it Steve Carell?
I think
No,
so.
that's
animated.
not me. Huh?
It's animated.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What? Who plays the voice of the vamp? Is what I'm saying.
I think that-
I've never seen it, so I have no idea.
You just fucking said that for no reason.
This man's trolling. Okay, good. I don't know, but I think it's a pretty common or basic answer, but one of my favorites that if I had to be on the spot, I'd say Good Will Hunting is one of my favorites.
Classic Boston
that's a
movie,
good one.
we'll say.
Yeah, shit bangs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, speaking of, did you guys know that between the two ads, Crypto.com drops, it was $100 million campaign for those two ads.
It was the
What two
Matt
ads?
Damon one and
Yeah,
Oh.
the Matt Damon one and the LeBron one.
oh
The-
yeah.
Future favors the brave. That one.
I was talking to my dad about it yesterday, and he goes, who's the other person? Who's the other actor in the LeBron James? I was like, it's not a real person.
Who is that kid?
Damn, that's pretty good. Shout out to them for that. I mean, it did look
Yeah.
pretty good. The young
South
version.
Park already incorporated that commercial into their new season. They were trolling the whole Matt Damon thing. It's like
Oh, really?
fortune favors the bold. They were talking about like COVID or something, and then they were like, "Yeah, but Matt Damon said fortune favors the bold," and it's like when South Park starts making fun of you for it, you know.
What a hater. Oh my god.
I agree. It's a bad slogan.
I do really like the LeBron ad though. I think that's a cool get for sure. But
It's definitely better than the Matt Damon one. That's for sure.
Dude, I don't. Who
like on a
knows how much?
spaceship or something.
Yeah.
Man.
Who knows how much money that guy got for that shit?
Yeah, the only other good one
so
is
much.
the Larry David one for, I think it's FTX or whatever. But have you seen that one?
Any of them, to be honest.
Oh, I think that one came out during the Super Bowl.
I'm a Coinbase guy, so I hate all crypto.com stuff.
Fair.
Loyal to my Coinbase. Bring me that QR code, bounce around my screen.
Okay.
So,
Let's talk about some
Euphoria.
other stuff that we have. Oh, Euphoria. Okay. Is anyone else watching that? I'm not.
No, I'm not either.
Fantastic.
Seen-
Not Euphoria then.
I was gonna say I saw like a couple episodes of the first season, but I stopped watching.
All I know
All
is
I know
Sydney
is-
Sweeney's hot. And that might be
Dude,
all I know
and
is-
she fucking like fixes cars, so she's like a mechanic.
in the
Wow.
show.
No, not in the show, in real life. That's her like hobby.
Oh,
Oh shit.
I was gonna say all I know is that Dominic Fike is in season 2, and he's my guy. I
Yeah.
love him. He's cute also.
Just had to throw
All right,
that in
beyond-
there.
Yeah.
Besides that, okay, so stuff that I have been watching, I told you guys how my cousin wrote Station 11. Like she wrote
Wait,
one
what?
episode, and yeah, the show.
No,
there's a
you
show
didn't,
on.
you didn't tell us that. Yeah,
Well, I put in
you
the-
told us to watch it. You didn't tell us that she wrote an episode.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel
okay.
like I
so
remember
my-
you saying that.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever. Okay, Arjun wasn't listening. That's okay. But yeah, so my cousin.
Cam, I always listen to you.
Thank you. I feel heard, Danny. I feel heard. Thank you. But I watched the show like a couple weeks ago now. Well, I started watching it because my cousin was like associated with it, but it's dead ass so fucking good. One day you guys have to watch it because it's so good. But I've started reading the book. Well, I guess listening to the book. But yeah, I'm almost done with that. But it's so good. Basically, the concept is like it's post-apocalyptic, but like post, and so like things are like kind of like going back to normal-ish. Not really. I mean, it was a virus that like killed everyone. It killed like 99% of the population. So there's not many people left. And the story focuses on this group called like the Traveling Symphony Symphony. And it's like about the musicians, and they do like Shakespeare plays. It's just like super unique for like post-apocalyptic shows. And like it's like super like the show is so good. I think I like the show better than the book. I'm almost done with the book. I think the show is actually better. But definitely you guys have to watch that if you get the chance.
Right.
Yeah, and my cousin wrote episode 7. Like she wrote the whole thing, but she's like story producer on like all the other ones. It's so fucking cool.
That's
And
crazy.
episode 7 is low-key the best episode, which is so fucking sick. It's so dope.
Cam,
Yeah,
I think
that's
I'm on
fantastic.
5 right now.
If I'm
I'm on
honest.
episode
I'm
5.
just saying. Huh?
I'm on episode 5 right now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
It's like you said, it's different. I was thrown off at first because of just how many different storylines they like
Yeah.
try to weave in, and then half of it was flashbacks, and like I didn't know where like what I was following, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's grown a lot on me.
Yeah. That's the exact same thing happened to me. It grew on me so much. And like
Yeah,
you also mentioned like the flashbacks. Like the whole story is like told like super cut up. And
Yeah.
like you're flashing back, forward, you know, you're at different points in the timeline, but it doesn't I think this show, and the book does it well too, but the show I think is done it the best that maybe I've ever seen it done, where like, you know, like the whole point is like, you know what's going to happen to some characters, but like
yeah,
it's about like how they get there, but they just do that so well. Like, you know, the ending for some of these characters, but you're just like dreading it, or you're like excited for it as you're watching them get there. It's just so good. You guys definitely have to watch it. And Drew, definitely let me know what you think of the ending once you get there, because it's so good.
okay. It's also funny because they filmed like the parts that are in Chicago, like the main building that they camp out in or whatever at the very beginning is like right down the street.
For real?
Yeah, that's that building that's like on the other side of Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah. No, it's so cool that it's based in Chicago.
That's sweet.
Yeah. All right. Anything else like TV or movie wise that people wanted to talk about?
Danny, what have you been watching? Are you watching anything?
I started watching. Well, not started. I started the last season of Ozark. I watched the first episode and got pissed off, so I haven't watched it since. I just got super annoyed with how, I don't know. You ever watch like a show where a character just like does something that just is purely for plot? Like it's just not. I talked to Kim about this. Like the whole Game of Thrones, Daenerys.
Dude, I was just like, dude, Red Wedding. Dude, 3 weeks. Took me 3 weeks to go back to the show.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Red Wedding was different though, because like that was like
the point.
That was like just like sad, and you didn't want to like go back and watch it because it was sad. But it's like the thing with Daenerys was like that. It wasn't even like what her character was, and then she just did it just to make things interesting.
You mean at the end? Yeah.
Yeah. All the way at the end. But
yeah, that's definitely stupid.
Yeah, I hate it when shows like just do something that's like out of character just to like spice it up and just start a new storyline. That just like pisses me off because it's just not like that wouldn't happen. So it's like anything that happens from here on is like not what should be happening, kind of, to me at least. So
I guess we have a lot of those types of shows. We have the House of Dragons to look forward to, right?
Yeah, hopefully that's good.
We also have that new Lord of the Rings show that's
too. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I'm so excited for that.
That's going to be super good. No, dude,
Danny.
I'm just excited for that. I actually haven't seen any of the movies.
What?
You got to watch it.
For the show, then.
I don't know. It just looked really cool.
Dude,
I was thinking about that earlier today, actually. I was like, I haven't watched Lord. Maybe it's like isn't the whole thing like a 12-hour commitment, 8-hour commitment?
Depends on what version you watch.
Movies, too.
What
there's
like
all the original trilogy there's like extended versions of each of them. I think that some of them add like an hour or two to the movie runtime. So depends on what version you watch. But I watched the original trilogy for the first time maybe like 2 years ago, and that shit's fantastic. It holds up so well. Actually, it's really good. Definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Speaking of long movies.
Fuck the Batman.
Not going back to Batman. Speaking of long movies, can we just go back to how terrible Batman was? No, but I still need to watch the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Oh,
I don't think Drew's
that's pretty good.
Have you watched it yet?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that hasn't seen it? Damn.
It's good, dude. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
It's like 4 hours, right?
Yeah, but
something like that.
It's split into parts, so you can step away if you want. But it's like literally like part 1, part 2.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's not that bad then.
Yeah, the characters are so fleshed out in. Well, I mean, naturally, if you're gonna do like a 4-hour event, like they better be fleshed out. But it's like way better than the. Who directed the first one, the one that the actual theater release? Who was it?
Oh, Zack Snyder. Oh, well, you mean that changed it up? Is Joss Whedon is the one who fucked it all up?
Oh, yeah, the one that. Okay, yeah, that's the
yeah,
one. Okay.
yeah.
Got you. Let's talk about Midnight Mass, Cameron.
Oh shit! You know what? Danny's seen this too, right?
Wait, what? What'd you say?
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass. Have you watched that show?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
I don't know if like.
Wait. Before you say anything, Danny, what did you think of it, Danny? What did you think of it?
It was alright. I don't know. It was alright. I didn't think it was like, because I thought it was going to be like super like scary, but then it was just like super like the demon thing, whatever, or the angel. I guess it wasn't a demon; it was an angel that like killed people.
Seems that way.
Was like I don't know. It was like super CGI. I don't know. There was definitely parts of it. I'm remembering one scene now. There was like, wait, has everyone seen it? I don't know if I'm spoiling anything.
Drew hasn't seen it, right?
I don't think Drew has seen it, and I don't think he has any intention to see it.
Do you have any intention to see it, Drew?
I don't. What are you even talking about? I wasn't paying attention.
Respect.
All right.
Respect for admitting it.
Does that mean I just keep going without any explanation what we're talking about? So then it's honestly
that's actually better that way.
Okay. So the scene I was thinking of is like when there's all like the cats that wash up on the beach. You know that scene? If you look at like just like go back and look at the birds. It's like they look so bad. And like the CGI throughout the show just looks like super bad. And there's also like 3,000 birds in that scene on this small little island.
Yeah,
it's like insane. It like just threw me off for like 2 episodes. I was like, there's like an infestation of fucking seagulls, and they're just like, where are they all coming from? I don't know.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Well, so this is the story of how this happened to me. Is Arjun has a problem of getting high as fuck and watching stuff, or under some sort of influence, and so. Arjun's watching this, and he's texting me like the entire time. He's like, "Yo, watch this shit! I'm watching this all in one night, bro. Like, this is nuts. This is crazy."
That was like the worst use of my time that I've ever done in my entire life. Like, that's the most regrettable use of my time.
Yeah, and so he's hyping this shit. He's hyping this shit up, and I watched like the first couple episodes. I'm like, yeah, this is it's okay. It seems cool. And I keep watching. And like Arjun's hyped this up so much, I'm like, yo, there's gotta be like this payoff. There's gonna be some payoff. Like we're gonna get to some point, and it's gonna be dope. Like it's just a slow burn. I'm watching, and then it's the end of the show, and I'm like, here we are. This was the worst. Worst shit.
You hate a fake slow burn. That's just a bad show. That's the worst kind of realization.
That is, Danny, that's the perfect way to put it. That is the perfect way to put it. It was so bad, man.
Well, I'll say, because I was texting you guys like as I was going through, so I didn't know that it was going to be like dog shit at the end. So, like the episodes leading up to the ending were, like, I thought they were really good and interesting, and I was so excited to see what this like thing or what this evil entity or like what's going on. Yeah. And then, but the thing was, I hyped it up. I had to double down because I watched that last episode. And I was like, this is ass. Like, this is like so bad. But then I wake up in the morning and I look and I'm like, oh fuck! Like I cannot go back up. It's like I have to double down here. So I was like, dude, no, it's super good. Hopefully, you guys would like. I'd trick you guys and be like, oh yeah, it is super good. But the canvas was on my ass immediately. And it was bad.
The one.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was also gonna say, dude, that is the worst protagonist ever. I hated that guy so much.
Which guy?
No sympathy for him. The writing horrible. That relationship that those two have, the weirdest thing in the entire world.
Jesus,
how is she attracted to him?
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
How is she attracted to him? Like, not like.
I also.
There's nothing.
What was like
an asshole? He was like the worst person ever.
What was like the whole point with like the? I mean, I know he like went to jail for a while because of like the whole drunk driving thing or whatever at the beginning, but like that was like it. Like he just like did that, and then that like he kept seeing her randomly, and then it was just there. It's like, okay, that has like literally nothing to do with anything that's like happening.
I think it wasn't great. Setup for why this. It was a really dumb, unnecessary setup for why this guy was in the town in the first place. Is because he like lost his like investment banking job or whatever, and then I just had to come back home. And I think
it's also like the motivation for why he sacrifices himself at the end or whatever. Whatever.
Dumbest thing ever, too. Like that's not even. I feel like there was no retribution like whatsoever. I didn't be like, oh yeah, he's still a fucking asshole. He's super bad person. He was just unlikable throughout the entire show. I feel like.
Yeah, the one some compliments I'll give it is that the whole concept of like vampire angel cult is dope as fuck. That's like just the coolest fucking concept.
Yeah.
And one of the only scary scenes in it was when the sheriff, who's a dope character also.
Yeah. Super cool character.
The sheriff he's like in his kid's room, and he like pulls back the curtain on the window, and the fucking angel demon is like just in the window, and he's like looking up. You guys remember that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit got me. That was actually scary, but the rest of the show is very much not good or scary or anything.
Did you guys watch Archive 81?
I watched
like 2 episodes
on my list.
You don't like it?
No, it's a little slow for me.
I thought it was super
slow burn. It's a slow burn, Cam. You got to stick with it. That's
I don't know if I could.
Immediately, I put myself in a boy who cried wolf situation. Now anything like, I'd be like, yeah, you guys should watch Interstellar. Like, Arjun, that movie's probably an asshole.
Yeah, my confidence in your recommendations definitely took a hit after that.
Yeah, I figured as such.
All right, well let's wrap the movies up, and let's real quick. I just want to talk about a few games that I've been playing, and that Danny's been playing. And we'll start off with Horizon. I was gonna ask Dhruv, are you excited to play Horizon? Are you gonna like get it on PS4? Or do you think you're gonna wait and try and get PS5 and play it, or?
No, I'm just gonna get it on PS4. I don't want to wait. Put myself through the emotional turmoil of trying to find a PS5.
Yeah.
He's got to hit up Denzel, man. Surely.
I'm not doing it. I'm not paying into the scheme of reselling PS5s. I don't support that.
That's what I said. But Cam came through for me, so I guess I didn't have to use. I guess it's only Arjun that owes Denzel.
Yeah.
When he sent the picture of them like loading PS5s into a big ass truck,
it's so messed up, dude.
I was so mad. I was just like, this is fucking ridiculous. People do this shit.
They just don't care. That's also a good topic. Is why does Sony not care about their fan base?
That's way too complicated to get into right now. Wait, so Dhruv, are you gonna like watch? Do you remember how you played the last one recently? Do you remember the story? Or are you gonna watch like a?
Yeah, no, I remember the story. I'm trying to remember where it leaves off at the end.
Yeah, I definitely had to watch like a recap.
Yeah, I remember it had something to do with the AI like moving somewhere, or I guess it didn't get fully destroyed.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right on that.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll probably watch a YouTube video or something before I play it. Yeah. But I'm so excited to play that. I just need to find really a weekend.
I played I got like 20 hours into that game. It's really good, definitely. But then Elden Ring fucking came out like a week later, and that game just completely just took over any interest I had in Horizon, because Elden Ring is so fucking good. It's ridiculous. So
I need to play that too.
One thing, I'd love to see you motherfuckers try and play Elden Ring. Oh my god. I don't know. I feel like you guys would have a hard time. I'll just say that based off what I've seen. It's a hard game. It's a hard game.
Cam thinks he's some gamer god over here all of a sudden. That's crazy.
I mean,
like only people with high IQs can actually play this game. So
I'm being the most stereotypical like a Demon Souls like FromSoft player right now, but you guys would have a hard time with this game. Is all I'm saying.
I saw a tweet. I didn't understand the context, but it just was funny to me. It was just a guy, like, he just took a screenshot of his screen, and he was just like, "I've never been more certain that I'm not supposed to be like here right now." Like, he was so confused by the game. Like, he was in some random place, and he was like, "My character, there's no storyline should my character like be in this situation right now, like, this early into the game."
Yeah, that's like part of what it's so great. It's just that. I tried to explain it to Danny a little bit yesterday, and I think I'm very bad at explaining it, so I'm not even going to try here. But it was good. It's so good. I'd love to see it. Even as much as I think you guys would have a hard time with it, I'd love to see you guys try and play it also. I think it's just irrefutably, it's fantastic.
What's the metric of, what are you thinking that it'll be hard? Like, what's going to be difficult about it?
Well, I've seen you guys play video games, and specifically God of War, and that game is easy compared to this. And so I just think
God of War is pretty easy. Yeah.
Well, like problem solving or like
No, I mean like combat in the combat.
Oh, okay.
Like these games are designed. So the developer is From Software, and like all the games that they make are literally designed to be hard. That's the whole point of the game, is that it's hard. And like basically, the combat is like the whole system. All the systems are really good and they're really solid and they're really fair, but it's just hard. And so like the point is like it's hard, but like since it's fair, when you overcome it, you get a lot of like satisfaction from it. And it's just like the loop. It's good. It's really good. But I definitely love to see you guys try.
You get like assaulted by a bunch of people or like a bunch of things at the same time, or like one thing is just like really hard to take down, or like what is it?
Both sometimes. Usually it's pretty fair in that you're not getting mobbed as long as you're not stupid. Like if you play it, obviously you have to, I mean, if you're stupid and you just run in, you're going to get mobbed. But if you play it smart, you can usually pick people off at least. And to be fair, before I talk so much shit about you guys, I'm using a fucking sorcery build, which is basically means like I try and like stand back as far as I can. I chuck spells at these motherfuckers and kill them that way. So I'm not playing this game like in hard mode or anything. But I'm just saying, if I'm playing like that, I just think you guys would have a hard time. But yeah, the difficulty comes from the bosses. They hit you hard. Like if you get hit, you're gonna take a lot of damage. And like it's just very strict. You have to dodge correctly and you have to block correctly in order to beat these guys, basically. And if you don't, you're gonna die.
I remember very viscerally that I was playing like Arkham Knight or Arkham Asylum. You know when the Killer Croc is in there and like you gotta like run around and shit. And, like,
yeah.
I like threw up from the anxiety and the stress that boss caused me. So I don't think I'd be able to. I literally started getting nauseous, and I was like, I should probably stop. And I went upstairs, and then by the time I got upstairs, I was like on my knees on the toilet, like, puking. And I was like,
oh my god,
dude! The fucked up thing about this game in Elden Ring, like you do the tutorial, and then you're in the open world, and like literally the first enemy you see, you can't fight for like 30 levels. So you gotta like, if you walk forward, like, and this motherfucker sees you, you're gonna die. And it's like that's kind of, you have to sneak around, and then you come back later and you beat his ass, and it's like hell yeah. But literally the first enemy you see is like 30 levels beyond where you're supposed to fucking be, you know? So yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. Let's see, any other games? Oh yeah, GT7. Danny, you're playing GT7. How's it going? You've been grinding, fucking.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to do on Gran Turismo. It's super super fun. I'm a fan, but it's also like really difficult, which is I think why it's more fun, because it's more like satisfying. We usually play a lot of F1, but those cars can turn at like 3,000 miles an hour, and it's not like a big deal. But now it's like you're like forced to race in like Civics that are front wheel drive.
What class have you gotten to yet?
Well, I mean, it's like you unlock the cars however like you want to, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, there are like some pre-order cars that I got because I like ordered it before it came out, and that sort of thing. But it's like, I mean, they have Mustangs and Camaros, but then they have all like the Jaguars and the like the old Ferraris and like the Volkswagen Beetles.
Even on the PS2 and the PS3, whenever I used to play, like the mechanics, it was like the hardest racing game, like by far, that I'd ever done.
Yeah, this one, it's definitely like a lot more simulation, like for sure. Yeah. Like I always played Forza because I had Xbox forever.
Yeah.
And that one's like, well, there's like Forza Horizon. That one's like way more arcadey.
Yeah,
like super fun. I love Forza Horizon, but then like the actual Forza Motorsport ones are like a bit more sim. But like Gran Turismo is just like levels above that in terms of difficulty. Yeah. Like for sure, it's way harder.
Do you think you'll get it, Arjun?
Gran Turismo? I don't know, dude. One battle at a time, man. I gotta get my shit up in F1, and then we'll see about actually having to race, like for real.
I remember. Back in the day when I'd go over to Arjun's house and like we'd play like fucking Need for Speed, like whatever bullshit, and then like we'd switched over to Gran Turismo a couple of times, and like we played Need for Speed, and that was back when you clicked the like X button for accelerate, so like it wasn't even like fun to like use the triggers, you know, because it's fucking PS3. And so, we just have no idea what we're doing. The cars are like just so unfun to drive. I was like, this fucking sucks, man. Yeah.
No fun at all. But
It's cool though. I don't know. The new one is like the weather in the new Gran Turismo is insane. Like the tracks are super cool. There's like an absolutely insane amount of things to do, like for licenses or like you call like showcases or something.
Right.
And there's like circuit experiences where it's like basically for all the tracks they have, they split it up. There's like time trials for like each of the sectors and then the full lap overall. And then like you get like lots of money if you like get all of them done. And you get like cars for getting gold and like that sort of thing. But it's like it's like a lot you have to do before you can actually like play the full game though, I will say. Because I've played like a decent amount and I have like maybe half the tracks. Probably not even half the tracks, honestly. And it took like, I don't know, probably 2 hours to get multiplayer unlocked. So that was kind of annoying. Yeah, I was like, I wanted to play online like right when I got
just give
on.
me this shit. Like what?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck did I pay for? Yeah,
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. I think it might be a good thing because I think like Gran Turismo has like a lot of their fan base, or not fan base, but a lot of the players like they tend to just like run into you all the time, and it's like just very true because like the penalties I think in the past on the game have been like super like iffy and not very like fair with collisions. So that you can use like like if you're going into a corner, you just like tap someone and they kind of like go wide, then you can pass them pretty easily. Like you probably won't get a penalty, like that kind of stuff. And so then people just like do that all the time to pass people, and it's like really annoying. But
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Some people are saying like, yeah, it's annoying that you have to like pass licenses and like do all this stuff before you can play multiplayer. But I think they're kind of like making you learn how to drive a car before you can race other people, which might actually be a good thing. But
That is nice.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Decent.
Once y'all get it.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and get it soon. Hopefully, I'll play it at least a little bit before next week. And so just I think we wrap things up at this point. But so looking forward to next week. I think, like I was saying, I'm gonna try and get GT7. Hopefully, be able to talk about that a little bit more next week. We'll be talking about testing. I think we'll record on Sunday. I think testing will be over by then. So we'll talk about that. Maybe we can get Drew's driver predictions and stuff by next week. We'll give him the advantage of seeing testing compared to us, since we already did our predictions. And but yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, the Batman. Oh yeah, we'll talk about the Batman next week. Spoilers for the Batman next week. We'll do that spoiler cast. All right. Well, sounds good. Anyone? Anything else? Is that it?
We're good.
Thanks for listening.
All right.
See you next week.
Goodbye, folks.